Hello everybody, my name is Michael Riblet, and today I'm going to be presenting to you on Adobe Connect as a technology tool. Let's go ahead and get started. So basically what Adobe Connect is a web conferencing system. It's very comparable to Illuminate, which I'm sure a lot of you have already used. It could also be utilized as an online classroom. We aren't necessarily going to be going through that part of the program today. I'm going to be showing you some of the basic functionality of the software. It also has a recording function, much like Illuminate does. Probably one of the better parts of this software is its ability to implement third-party add-ons in order to make the experience a lot less static. So whenever I say a third-party add-on, I mean something like implementing a Twitter feed or a second camera feed, desktop sharing of applications. This is something Illuminate can do too, but Adobe has a whole lot of third-party add-ons that have been approved by them that can be utilized in the meeting space. This is something that I'm going to be showing you. I think that it's a great alternative to Illuminate. Adobe Connect can be used, of course, for distance learning. You can set it up for virtual office hours. Of course, all kinds of different meetings. That's really where a lot of its purpose is found. Is in the corporate world where you have a whole lot of meetings that you need to set up to people in different locations. It's a very valuable application because you can add as many video feeds as you want, and everyone can talk to each other as long as bandwidth is limiting. And this is another thing to consider whenever you're teaching a class or working with people outside of your business or whatever. It's very important that you understand that all users don't necessarily have a high-speed internet connection, and that is one of the big limitations of this software. Another thing that I see that this could definitely be used for is whenever students are trying to get ready for master's degrees or PhD degrees, and they're trying to work with a whole bunch of different professors, maybe in different locations, things like that. They can all coordinate together on parts of their theses or whatever that they need to get together. So I see it as a very valuable package for that as well. One of the big things that's going against this program is that it is not free. A license costs about $300, and you can connect to up to 1,000 users, which I think is pretty valuable. It can also be implemented with other online content management systems such as Moodle and Saki and SAP. Unfortunately, it cannot be implemented with Blackboard. I think that it's a licensing issue and a problem between Adobe and Blackboard. One of the other big things that I saw was that this program has something that you could connect to your Apple or Android telephones, and you can also be in on the meeting and see the videos and things like this. Of course, it's a very limited application, but it's pretty cool that you can connect to these meetings via mobile device. I think that it's a very valuable feature, especially as our society becomes more mobile and starts to use smartphones, etc., etc. Another thing that I really liked about this program is you can edit the quality of video to where it isn't just one static deal. I think that this is going to be very important in using document cameras and showing high quality video for presentations or whatever. I think that it really helps the user experience whenever they can see what they're being taught. And as I've already said, there are a lot of add-ons that I think that are just very valuable that other video conferencing solutions do not allow. So let's go ahead and get to the program here. I'm going to get everything set up, and then I'll show you guys a little bit around and kind of show you some of the cool features of this program. Hello everybody, this is the user interface for Adobe Connect. I've already set up a meeting. A lot of this is just to show you a few of the added features that this program has over a program like Illuminate. Today, whenever I'm going to be using my outside user is going to be my fiance Kaylin. So say hi, Kaylin. Her audio is going to be disabled for the purposes of this presentation just because it's a little bit difficult to implement hers and mine at the same time. using the screen capture process. So she's going to be just kind of the video / user component of this presentation. So as you can see, there are a lot of different options here. Of course, you can edit a whole lot of different things. I can make Kaylin a presenter. A lot of this is fairly normal whenever you consider a lot of the different presentation setups. There's nothing too crazy about that. They have a really nice audio / video setup wizard, which makes it very useful. Now this, with the layouts functionality, this is where I can have a whole lot of different setups for whichever meeting or classroom that I'm trying to set up. So if you look here across the right, I have the sharing, the discussion, and the collaboration, and the new layout. The new layout was a layout that I set up myself, and as I said, Adobe Connect allows me to do that and allows me to put my own layouts in. I find this user function to be very helpful. So with this, we have the sharing setup. And so along the side here, you can see the different users. I can enable or disable, or share screens, take control of the user's computer, a whole lot of different things. I can also chat down here. So it's a very useful little piece of software. If you go down to the discussion, so now you can see that there's a whole lot of different things. As you can see, Kaylin has her videos gotten a little bit bigger, and of course, as you get more users, as I said, you can have up to 1,000 users, but that's all limited by bandwidth. As you can see, she responded here. You can make notes here with their setup, and then you can also make a poll. I'll be doing that in my layout to kind of show you what exactly that is. Here's the collaboration view. And this is exactly what Kaylin's going to see. So, depending on what I want to show is what we're going to get. Here, I'm sure that a lot of you have seen this in Illuminate. You can draw a whole bunch of different things on the whiteboard, allow the users to interact. You can also upload files here. If there's like a PowerPoint you want to show, or if there's like a sound file that you want all your students to have, this is where you would do that. So this is an excellent way to organize it. Here, this is my layout. So basically, I've added the video layout, of course, and it takes a little while to load here. But this is this is where I've added a little bit of the functionality for the class view. So I've downloaded both of these different modules from Adobe. This is the chat with Q view, as you can see right here. So with this one, I can ask Kaylin a question. Hey, Kaylin, how are you? Okay, and so from here, I can actually sort the questions, because you're going to have a whole lot of students talking. I can sort it to where it just picks up on certain questions that were asked, and then you can check it and show the discussion feed. This is very valuable, especially if you're working with, more than 4 or 5 people and you need to go through and look for the questions that were asked. This other one is a very simple way to set up a survey. Of course, I kind of have a goofy setup here, the "Do you like cats?" question. Kaylin, can you answer that, please? And then, of course, I'm gonna submit the response as well. Go ahead and click Submit Response, Kaylin. And then, as you can see, Kaylin has also responded, and we have a 2 out of 2. You can have multiple choice questions, a whole bunch of different things set up here. You even have the opportunity outside of Adobe Connect to set all these tests up. So it's definitely a good way to measure student learning and achievement and all that fun stuff, and see where exactly your class is during the online setup. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to add one of these add-ons. I'm going to add a Twitter feed. I think that this is kind of a cool way, especially if you have a topic that you're talking about and you have a bunch of different hashtags for Twitter feeds that you can implement. I think it's a very valuable way to do it. So with this mode, it's just called Prepare mode. And so Kaylin, she can't see anything that I'm doing right now to prepare this. Of course, you can prepare this before or after the meeting. It really depends on how you want to have it set up. And then from there, you just come up here to pods. Everything is called a pod in Adobe Connect. And you basically just add a file. And I'm going to add a file that I've already downloaded to my computer, and it's just the Twitter feed here. So let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Twitter Connect. Shoot. Let me go ahead and get it here. I got into the wrong window. Hide. Pods. Share. So I'm just going to share a document. This is where you can share like a PowerPoint, a video, really whatever you want to share on here, you can. And I'm going to share the Twitter Connect. And so now I've added this hashtag jobs just because I felt like it was going to have a little bit of content with it. And so from here, you can sync it up, and about every 25 seconds, it refreshes. So that if somebody's commenting, you can actually see them actively comment on this hashtag. It's kind of cool, especially for larger organizations and things like that. Maybe not so much for in the educational realm, but I think it's pretty cool. So in order to share it with the students, you just deselect the tool down here, and now that shows up in Kaylin's window, and she can interact with Twitter if she really wants to. When considering some of the other applications that you can implement, one of the other ones is utilizing the desktop sharing application to show a second video camera. This can be used for document cameras, which is a use that I've already mentioned. So if we come over here, I'm going to get rid of this guy here. And we're just going to go ahead and add the desktop sharing pod again. So I want to share my screen, and then I'm just going to share one application. Now this is just an application that you can use to show what's on your webcam. Of course, if you had a higher quality document camera, it would be a whole lot better, but this is just for purposes of demonstration. So I have a book there, and then of course, as you can see, you can pan and zoom in on certain parts of the document. So unfortunately you can't see Kaylin's screen, but if you could just see this whole webcam part here, and then you could see parts of the text that may be important to students, such as pictures, images, things like that you don't necessarily have in a PowerPoint. But other than that, I'm sure that there are a whole lot of other applications and things that you could use for your needs for Adobe Connect. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.